Wake up, grab a cup, tune in, gather round. It's coffee time with John and Christie now. From Mexico days to grandkids at play, we've got stories, laughs, and things to say. So sip that brew, let's talk a while. Life is sweet with a laid-back smile. One day a week, maybe two, you see. It's coffee time with John and Christie. We love our Mexico life. Grab your coffee, let's chat.
Happy Friday. Yeah, it's a weird day because we haven't done this for 2 Tuesdays in a row.
Two Tuesdays.
I know. But don't have my coffee. Christie's got a coffee. She added some extra stuff in there, so I won't drink any. I heard her. It's like
It's just cream, it's not booze.
It's like me ordering octopus at the restaurant. I love octopus. Christie cannot even comprehend the idea of eating those little suckers. And she stays away from the food. So she did the same thing with her coffee. I am right now not on a cream cheese or any of that stuff.
I assumed he would have made a pot of coffee because he didn't tell me to bring my own. And he knew we were going to do this, so I assumed he'd have coffee. It's a good thing I brought some iced coffee. This is the cold brew.
Okay, yeah.
But with
is it
cream.
Yummy?
Yeah, it is yummy.
We're making cold brew again, which is really cool. It takes 24 hours. Actually, no,
18,
probably 18 now.
Like 15 to 18 hours is what we've been letting it sit at.
And it's cool. It's so fast.
It's cool,
it's great.
Cold brew.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying there. Now, I do see here, though, that our image seems to be smaller than it should be. So give me a second. Okay. Maybe that works. I don't know.
So it doesn't...
yeah. See, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Filled it in.
We were in Guayabitos last week with Zach and Tweet and the kids. Kenzie and Chris came out for a day and came and stayed out there. We rented a hotel, like a resort, and it was really fun. The beds were like sleeping on the floor.
It was.
That was probably the biggest issue. And so the kids, of course, like the little ones, it was fine, Nana. And then they wake up, so Nana, how's your back this morning? Like little sassy, mostly Amerlin. But Zach and Chuita were feeling the same thing because it was also double beds.
Well, once you're over 30, I think you start to feel the pain.
You start to feel, in
your body, and the aches and the pains. And it was nice, though. We were at an oceanfront resort. The pool was great. There was a bridge so the kids could play under there.
They loved it. They loved playing under the bridge.
They were playing Troll.
No, they weren't. They were playing Store.
Okay.
Gosh. Emmy is the young one, the 4-year-old. And she'd be like, no, we don't make that. No, we don't have that. I'm like, well, go talk to your staff. So she has a friend named Tina.
Who's invisible.
Is an invisible from Bluey. And one time, because I really wanted jalapenos on my pizza, and they didn't have any. And I said, you go talk to Tina and tell her that your Nana wants jalapenos. So she starts walking back towards where Tina is, just going off on her. It was so funny. We had so much fun. I spent a lot of time in the pool with the girls.
She's a 4-year-old girl boss. She was taking Tina down. And there were times we'd ask her to go do something with Tina, and she's like, first of all, Tina's invisible. She's like, we're crazy after she's yelling at Tina.
Yeah. We'd ask her, so that chair is for Tina. Tina's not here.
Can't figure this out, but she had a great time. They all had a great time.
Yeah. I think the best thing, we do this every year with them. They get a couple of weeks a year. Lots of times they try to get it around Christmas, especially if we have family coming. And then they do like a summer one. And so we often have taken them. We've gone to Guadalajara, we went to Mexico City. This time we thought we would do a beach vacation. It was hotter than Hades. Holy smokes, we're having a hot summer so far.
It is going to be a very, very warm summer.
But we had such a wonderful time. And for any of you grandmas out there, to wake up and be able to cuddle your granddaughters right away in the morning just makes my heart.
She's a grandma.
So I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. That's why I love having sleepovers with them, because I get all those cuddles. They're all for me.
So if you have any questions, first of all, about Guayabitos has changed so much these last 23 years.
It used to be pretty pristine.
It was.
And it's kind of looking run down.
It's ugly. And the sidewalks are now as bad as other places. It's not as bad. You don't have the level differences. But
Amberlyn stepped in a hole.
She stepped in a hole.
Thankfully, she didn't hurt herself.
Very, very disappointing. I used to tell people that when they moved here, they would just say, "Oh, this place is dirty," or "I could never figure it out." I would send them to Guayabitos because, to me, it's kind of the most SoCal experience. It's going to make sense. You've got a town, La Penita, that has like the people where they live, where they buy. You've got Guayabitos, where the tourists hang out, and then you've got La Ciela, which is more the rustic beach experience. And each town bleeds into the other. Mm-hmm. So I always would tell them that if you don't get Guayabitos, then it just doesn't make sense. There's going to be no place in Mexico that you'll find that you'll like. And now I can't say that anymore.
No, we did though one afternoon, because you can only do so much pool in the sun with little kids before they get burnt into crisp. But I will say that they were really good about letting us put sunscreen on. I even wore sunscreen because I knew I was going to be in the pool a lot. And I think I just got a nice tan. I mean, I'm fading already. It's amazing how fast tans fade. But
we went to a movie also.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Okay.
So one afternoon, we decided to take the kids to that new Sheep movie with
Hugh Jackman.
And it was cute. And
Adorable.
At one point, my eyes were watering, Nana, Emmy.
Yeah.
So it was a cute movie. And it was in English, because I figured for sure it would be in Spanish, but it was subtitled.
So many movie theaters in Mexico, when the movie theater in Lago Real, when it started, we had many English movies. It was great. We would go there, inexpensive, had a great time. Prices obviously have gone up, but what they've done now is you've got subtitles and dubbed. If it's dubbed, that means they've taken the English out, put it in Spanish. If it's subbed, they've got the English, but then they've dubbed it in Mexico,
so it's the original
Spanish.
Actors with the English, and then the subtitles are Spanish.
Generally now, at this theater in Lago Real, which is in Mezcales, Nuevo Vallarta, they put the English movies after 8 o'clock.
And the kids' movies generally are in Spanish, like dubbed into Spanish.
Not many English-speaking small children here that aren't foreigners or going to a private school.
So, that being said, it was quite lovely to go and sit and watch the movie.
They had 4 movies, I think, in this theater. 1 employee handled the entire thing.
Well, there was that other guy.
Was there?
He was the one that kept going up and down the stairs and disappeared into that little
room.
Well,
I think he was running the actual projectors. But the actual running of so that they take the theater tickets at the place where you buy your popcorn, and you actually get your popcorn there. But he pretty much had to make popcorn because there was nothing. We were the first.
That little machine was fast, though. Like, that really did that popcorn fast.
Never had popcorn. Will never have popcorn again as long as I live.
Wow.
I know. It's just so crazy.
Who hurt you?
When we were in Guayabitos for the 4 days.
One other thing I want to say is we were the only people in the theater watching that little sheep movie.
Watching the sheep movie, yes, but there were other movies that had people in it because I did see other people.
But like 3.
Yeah.
But it's a Tuesday in Guayabitos, yeah.
One employee. But I did gain, so at the...
Morning Pung. It is wrong that because it's on a Friday instead of a Tuesday, but here we are.
The resort has a restaurant, and the restaurant's actually very affordable, which is funny because Guayabitos generally is kind of costly. It is compared to what it was.
Yes,
it is absolutely.
It's more expensive than what we expected it to be for what it is. It's really. But anyways, the restaurant was good at the resort.
It was, but I gained 12 pounds because I was having some carbs. Now I understand most of it's water weight, and I've lost all of it now.
And plus,
well, no, not plus. Well, I guess I am. But I'm on a sardine fast right now. That's all I'm eating every day.
Again, who hurt him?
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm having this nutritionally dense food, cutting my calories down. I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
That's because sardines make you sick and you don't want to eat anything else.
That's not true. No, they're very nutritionally dense, and it's getting all of my macros and micros and everything is getting in my body. So it is good that way, and I'm going to do this for a while because we had been water fasting. And water fasting just feels like work for the first 2 or 3 days. Apparently, I'm getting very similar results, but I'm still eating. And if you haven't had the sardines at Costco, let's say you don't like sardines or you do, I would try the ones at Costco. They're round and they have a clear plastic lid over top. Try those. They're incredibly good. I don't necessarily love sardines, but these ones is pretty close to loving because they're so good. So try them. The Costco in Mexico. I've seen that in the States, they've got many different options for sardines, and I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Because sardines are a truly magical food. They really are.
Sure.
So that's what's going on. What else? That's it. We've got nothing else to discuss.
Yeah. Anybody have any thoughts? What's your thoughts on FIFA?
Oh, yes. Yesterday Mexico won.
They canceled school in Mexico.
For a soccer game.
For the day, for the opening. And Mexico happened to be made the first goal in the championship, and they won their first game.
See, when I was a child in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which is where you go if you hate your children, it got to minus 40 and below, never missed a day of school ever. Even there was a bus strike, minus 40, and we had to go to school. Now, snow days. What the hell is a snow day? I never had one. The kids today, so soft. Very frustrating. I mean, and they canceled school for a soccer game.
Well, the kids weren't sad about it.
No.
So Amanda, hello. Donna, hello. Mike, good morning again. Mike says he eats the sardines in mustard sauce in the States. Good that way.
Yeah, I do know. I put a little Tabasco.
John's not a huge mustard fan. So it was that would be if I had to eat them, I would smother them in something. I don't know.
The mustard smother. Sounds like a wrestling move.
Pound said that Steve just bought sardines. But did he buy them from Costco?
I love sardines.
Out of curiosity?
But even here, sardines, everything has gone up in price so
Amanda's
much.
in Edmonton and it's cold. What's the temp right now?
Yeah.
It's hot. It's muggy. I got to tell you something. This tickled my funny bone this morning. So I'm walking to the office from our house and I see a guy pull over or not pull over. He pretty much stops in the middle of the road. And he's calling into people's houses and he's like, buenas. And then someone will come to the door and he starts talking to them something about a despensa. I couldn't hear totally everything he said, but somewhere in the neighborhood, they're giving away despensas, which are little packages of staples here in Mexico. They usually put some oil and some rice and some sugar and maybe a thing of instant coffee and condensed milk, a few, those kinds of things, the basics. And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then I look at his car. He's driving a Jaguar, a new-ish Jaguar. And I'm like, okay, That's nice for you to come into the neighborhood and do that, but
Just walk around.
but not only that, don't drive a Jag. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
little pretentious and a little
Yeah, only because of what he was doing.
yes.
Dispensas are kind of what you would give your housekeeper or you would donate to a charity.
Well, and it's a food bank thing.
Yeah.
So when the food banks were running, they were giving out dispensas. To me, it just kind of struck me as funny because he's offering dispensas and he's driving a Jaguar. Now, if he's paying for the dispensas, that's one thing.
I think he probably was. And that may have been part of the thing. Maybe he's feeling guilty about how he got his money. I'm just kidding.
The way I look at it,
I don't know.
it's just being silly.
I'm being silly.
The way I looked at it is I look at the car and then I looked at the house of the person that he's talking to and I'm like, I bet you the car costs more than the house and the land did.
Probably. In our neighborhood, years ago, they were selling the lots for $3,000 while we've lived here. And now they'll go for $60,000 to $70,000 for that same lot. So it's just like, wow, why didn't we buy up more years ago? Oh, yeah, because we sell real estate and should have known. So, yeah, and they are paving the streets in our neighborhood. They haven't gotten to ours yet, but they are doing these things. So it's cool. They're doing silly things.
They're paving the streets on the other side of the canal road. They're not in our neighborhood. Oh, yeah, no, that's not true. The ones behind Zach's place. That's right.
Yeah, but
Hey, Sandra, how are you guys?
it is just interesting to me how they decide to do things. So we've got Cleophas Salazar, which La Fuente Church is on. They've paved it. They've made the sidewalks so massive
So very similar to what they did downtown.
that you can't even really park a car on the street unless it's small to be able to get by. It is foolish because many people park on the street. They make these wide sidewalks on both sides. Dumb.
It does strike me as really strange. So I don't know if they're trying to make it a one way, which I don't think is necessary. They don't even do that down in the Golden Zone where it should be a one way.
Whoever is running this show needs their head examined.
Well, it
Because
doesn't make
just these
sense
silly things.
as people that are using these roads every day. Even what they did with Encino, where the Pancake House is on this side, on the east side.
They have all the car spots further down.
They put the little jetties out where you could technically park a car way down, way far away from the places. So then people will park right at the corner, which is, I mean, common sense.
None of this makes sense. And it is
the other day there was a
massive-
bus parked there on Encino, so cars could not either merge. Like, it was ridiculous.
It is dumb.
absolutely ridiculous what
It
was
is
happening that morning.
truly dumb. So whoever is doing this, like I said, needs their head examined. Because all of this is going to have to be torn up again because this area is growing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just creating future problems. But then again, it goes back to when the problem is monetized, the solution will never be found. And what is it about the way to do a job isn't to be the best, it's just to make it so you can do it again and again and again, which is why cobblestone roads, everybody's like, oh, it's so romantic and charming. You have no freaking idea what you're saying because you will lose your gallbladders and your kidneys and maybe even your liver.
That's where I lost my gallbladder.
Probably.
I still have my kidneys though.
Never
I don't
thought
have
about
a-
that though.
What's the other thing I had removed?
Your appendix.
Appendix.
Who gets these things removed? I don't know. So what else, honey? We've slowed down quite a bit.
But we've sold a bunch in the last.
Oh yeah. That part, like, we've slowed down as the number of showings, but it's always consistent through the entire year. Our agents also are getting business, which is great. If you know anybody who wants to sell real estate, for goodness sakes, have them call us. I've gotten certified in Jalisco and had to take this government course, which is ridiculous. Anytime you have to take a 40-hour course plus just to be able to do something that can be done in less than an hour, I'm never happy. But now they've got another course that Rafa gives. His name is Raphael. He is kind of our AMPI trainer. And with the Real Estate 1, Real Estate 2, it now gets you this other course free of charge.
Well, you're paying for the course,
But they've made it so
Good morning,
stupid
Teresa.
that the government now mandates I, John, must move my office to Vallarta in order to be able to get this little certification.
Well, that's
and
to
designation.
register the certification.
I know, it's
you
just-
are certified, but that's
Yeah.
to register the
It's
certification.
just dumb. Anytime the government gets involved, everyone's like, I love the government. No, you don't. Because if government's involved, it's just going to get inefficient and complicated and expensive.
Well, so the powers that be in the real estate world here are trying to make it so this is again a very much of a government juxtaposition here, because in order for you to sell real estate in Jalisco, and lots of us live in Nayarit. In order for you to be registered and to be able to sell real estate in Jalisco, because they're trying to make this a law and a license, you have to have a residence, and your legal residence, which is our legal paperwork for the company, has to be registered in Jalisco.
So dumb.
Now, we have that opportunity because we have an office in Jalisco, so we can change it and put it into Jalisco. But a lot of these agents cannot, and they don't. Their brokers aren't going to give them bills in their name so they can change it to Jalisco. So so now they're saying, okay, you have to be licensed, you have to have this certification to be able to sell in Jalisco, but you can't certify it because you don't live in Jalisco. But in order for you to sell in Jalisco, and I get it's like the car registration thing, the for emissions and stuff.
Oh God, that's just stupid.
Because we're bordering towns, right? I mean, pretty much from La Cruz all the way to Puerto Vallarta, it's all except for the river. There's not a big differential between that. And so a lot of us that live in Nayarit obviously sell in Jalisco. We can't, yes, if we live in Bucerias, we still want to sell in Puerto Vallarta. So they're trying to figure out how to make this work, and it'll be interesting. It'll probably just fade away like the
Everything
emissions
else.
thing did.
It's just so
they make
dumb.
a big deal about it, and then nothing.
But all of my taxes continue to go up.
Good morning, Lori. How are you?
Every year. And it just gets less efficient. And the worst part for me is we're pretty much paying the same or more than what we would be paying in Canada now. Figure that out.
No, we're not.
Oh, absolutely. Our property taxes, no. But I'm talking for the services. And it all boils down to it's the minimum wage of this country. And then what they'll do is they'll multiply it by X. It just is so inefficient and dumb. It's almost like you've got a bunch of grade 6 graduates maybe
It's
sitting
almost
around.
like a government thing.
Yeah, but even then it would be better if they were more intelligent with what they were doing. And there is zero intelligence.
No,
It's like-
that's a blanket statement. That's not necessary.
Okay, let's talk about the DMV or our version of the DMV. You get so many a day that they will process. We've got millions of people in this state. Well, maybe not millions, but many. And they continue to, we've done our 20 days, our 20 units today, we're done. It's like, you can't do that. You've got long lineups, they're like, come back tomorrow, come back. So now you've got this buildup and this flow that just never gets processed because of the inefficiencies.
Sounds like government.
Yeah, but it's worse here only because...
Is it? You guys, you tell us your experiences, because living here is, obviously awesome. We love living in Mexico.
I love living here.
But the bureaucracy is crazy. But then when you talk to other people that are living in the States and Canada, they're dealing with the same type of stupidity in the bureaucracy. I don't think it's just here. I think it's just what's affecting you that you don't even do, just to be honest, because I do all that for you.
I needed a criminal check a few weeks ago. That process, although it was silly that I had to do this, it went very fast. Like that office in particular was actually pretty decent. But they had probably 60 chairs. I'll use the example of 60 chairs. You had to start at the back because you never could get a number. That part of the system is kind of dumb. So you had to actually sit in every single chair and go to the beginning of the line. Like, that was dumb. And actually, yeah,
Sounds like fun. Musical chairs.
It just,
and then you get a criminal check at
it
the end.
doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Have a number, and then they have to call the number. That is just way more efficient. Oh, because at the end, now this is kind of the silliness of this. This gal comes out, and she gives me a number before the guys that were actually at the front of the line, and I'm just apologizing to them. Not the number. They take your licenses and they call out your name. They don't even do the number.
Hi, Sally.
So just very, very strange.
It is bureaucracy, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and it is getting worse everywhere.
It is.
So
Why the hell is it
Morning,
getting
Mom.
worse? Why is it getting worse?
because there's people like you that are very impatient.
No, but they keep taking more of our money, robbing our children, robbing our grandchildren, robbing our future. This is the part that's driving me nuts. Somebody's driving this train, and I'm not liking that conductor. And it's global. It truly is.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, what else? I'm just pissed off talking about government.
You done?
I believe I am. Unless you want to continue this.
Hmm.
She doesn't like... The problems are fine for her. I'm kind of like, no, let's fix the problems. I'm a guy. This is the difference between women and men.
Here in Mexico, we can't get involved. We can't fix it.
Oh, but I can bitch about it because they sure take the money from us. They love taking the money.
And bitching about it does what?
I don't know.
Nobody wants to, you guys don't want to hear it.
But if
I don't want to hear it.
If I don't bitch about it, it will never get fixed anyways.
And if you bitch about it, it's not going to get fixed. So
I believe it will. Someday I believe it
that's
will.
like, okay, then don't you say anything else about the way I bitch when people drive, because you think that'll get fixed?
You're just speaking it into the void, and our grandkids are hearing these words. She doesn't do these bad words when we're driving, but she does like to complain
Sherry.
about the drivers. And it's just the drivers.
That's universal also.
It is. And that I do have to agree.
And the drivers have been flippin' believable lately. Like, I'm telling you. And I do the probably 97% of the driving for our, because I'm the one that's showing properties. And, if we go into Costco or something, I'm driving. John likes to do his easy long distance drives and then still gets impatient behind the cars.
Only when we were on the toll road. So Christie made us take the toll road to Guayabitos because she figured it would be better. So we go on the toll road. We're doing 40 kilometers an hour on the toll road.
For like 5 minutes.
No,
and then we were able
the fact
to get
that we
in front
had
of
to
the
do
cars.
that, we have a 3-lane highway. It's complicated. I wish I could tell you even that makes sense. It doesn't. It's the most expensive toll road in all of Mexico. They make 3 lanes, functionally only 2. So the people that are driving in each direction, they're supposed to go on the sides, and that's how they're supposed to drive, and then allow people to pass that way.
Only when people want to pass. They don't drive like that the whole time.
Yeah, if
But
anybody's
anyway,
behind
so
you,
we got
come.
stuck behind something that was moving slow. It took us a while to get past, and he's getting all fumey. And I'm like, we're not in a hurry. We don't have an appointment. We're just going to a resort to relax. No,
the only problem I had was we just paid 300 pesos on something that would have been exactly the same time frame on the other.
It was the twists and turns. It wasn't the time I was trying to save. It was the twists and turns because the grandkids have been known to get a little car sick.
They do.
And I didn't want to have them puke in my Tahoe.
I don't know why.
Sherry, the tornadoes. Yes, I saw your post. Did they come close? Like, were you any damage to your place or close by you? We've lived through tornadoes living in Alberta. There was one really bad one in 87, right? Just before the year before we got married.
Yeah, maybe 86,
and
87.
It was, there was death and destruction.
It had to be 87 because by 88, that was the year we got married. Mm-hmm. It had to be 87.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
My dad was a firefighter at that time. And so he had to deal with a lot of that.
Lots of death.
Lots of bodies being pulled out of the rubble and stuff. It was that was the first big tornado that Alberta ever had. or at least in my lifetime it had. And then after that, we were in a movie theater one time, and all of a sudden we're hearing all these, there's a tornado, you know. It was, that was something. And then we drove through Oklahoma, and there was tornadoes then, and tornadoes are not fun because they're so unpredictable. But now we have hurricanes, so.
Oh, I did have a great realization this week in particular. You have these people talk about the jungles, we'll say the Amazon jungles. So they'll talk about how important the Amazon is, how it's always been there. Yet, the moment they clear down these forests, they find all these settlements, which means that obviously it wasn't always there. So now I'm kind of like, wait a second, have we been lied to about that also?
People don't lie to us?
They do. They lie about our history. They lie about everything. But they find these massive civilizations in these hidden jungles that they say that if we destroy it, it will destroy the world. They obviously were not there previously. So yeah, that was just another realization this week that I had. And it's just all of these things. I think he
needs to be grounded from the TV.
It's not the TV. No, it's just reading these things and these articles and seeing it. And obviously there is some YouTube-y things, but still, it's just very intriguing to me. Oh, and they can find all of the stuff hidden underground now using these satellites, which I think is different tech than what they're saying. But they can actually see and go into the earth, hundreds of meters and see these massive things. And the archaeologists don't want to talk about it because it's going to rewrite our history. And man, they're fighting about ghosts. It's just strange to me.
Sherry is saying that they had one half a mile away and it didn't touch down where she lives. One behind her daughter's house that did touch down. They are okay, but some houses did get hit and the major road is closed due to wires and trees down. Yeah, it is amazing how destructive a tornado is and how fast they can pop up. And
the wires.
I'm glad that you're okay.
Yes, that's great. The wires from above.
Sarah.
The wires from above, I get that, can be terrifying. We've seen some crazy crap in Mexico over the years. For me, one of the freakiest was we used to live by the entrance to the Terralta Threes, Los Amores. That's when we lived
on
by
the
the
beach
water.
side, yeah.
And I was standing in a puddle, like a massive puddle one day. I'm feeling electricity going through me. And I'm like, holy crap. This is why people, they die. Because the electricity it's kind of dangerous, the AC. So it's just always...
AC current, not the AC as in air conditioning.
No.
Air conditioning is not dangerous. We will die without it.
So you will die with it, possibly, or die without it, possibly. And why are they both AC?
She's looking at a place today with a basement. You're kidding, right? Or is this real?
You can buy these things that they bury underground that are protected, so that way, as soon as a storm comes, you can go underground. I can't remember what they're called, but they sell ready-made systems. They dig a hole, bury it, and you're now safe.
Yeah, my mom just pointed out that my dad saved a baby that was in the trailer park that was really hit hard by the tornado, which, that doesn't surprise me. My dad is pretty awesome. And then Leslie, no, this is not a new coffee time day. We're just going to try to hit a day over the week if we get busy. Last 2 weeks, we haven't done it at all.
Christie was showing property.
I was showing property 1 week, this week, and last week we were in Guayamitas with the grandkids. So we will, we'll show up when we show up.
Sorry.
And Sherry says, for real, they are really looking for a place with a basement. I don't blame you. If I lived in a place, before we moved to Mexico, I don't know, as at least as an older person, like that I can remember, I don't remember ever having a house that didn't have a basement in Alberta. I think those are the norm there. But I guess there's water table. What?
No, I'm just thinking. I have been in real estate now almost 23 years. I guess 22 plus. And I have seen
almost 23.
One basement in the entire thousands of properties I have seen. One basement in all of this. And it's funny because I think a basement would be a smart thing. You need to seal it because water is a big
Yeah.
deal here. It needs to be.
I think it would be so expensive
It
to
would be.
have a basement and seal it properly, but it would sure be a nice, cool place to be able to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely, if I'm living in somewhere where there's going to be tornadoes, I would like a basement. You definitely have a little bit more protection, or at the very least, a
safe room.
cellar, a safe room. And Jenna, good morning. And Leslie, yeah, Facebook doesn't notify me anymore. Again, Facebook has been doing some weird stuff, and I don't know if it stops notifying you if you've ignored if you haven't watched the show for a while. I don't know how the Facebook thing works.
The Facebook.
The Facebook.
Last night I was exploring Google in the Google results. They've modified that so incredibly now. It is no longer the same. You would always have 4 sponsored results, 10 natural results, and 2 sponsored. Now it's 4, 6, 2 or 5. It's so dumb what they're doing. They're changing everything. And I think it's just they need to figure out ways to make more money in this world of AI. It's just getting everything is changing so fast
so
now.
Complicated.
It is. I used to be able to do anything on the computers, and now I have no idea. I really don't.
Yeah, my mom said they did build some cheaper houses for a while with no basements, just a cellar. And then Sherry says, I've always had one until this place. I always said I would not live without one. But yet, there you are.
You did.
Well, good luck in your search.
Yeah. Do we want a basement? I don't know why we didn't build things. When we have a 10,000, it's a 5,000 liter cistern at our house, 10,000 liters here. I don't know why down below we have not built things for storage, batteries, any of that. I don't know why we haven't done that.
Who
knows? Because you could just build a sump pump. You would seal it from water as best as you could, and then just have a sump pump to carry out anything else.
And then as it floods every year
that's where the sump pump comes in.
And then your stuff that's in there is wet and
you have a dual sump pump.
I think it would be way too expensive to do something, and the mold and the mildew from being in there because it would be so humid. I just don't think that it would work here.
Unless you do air conditioned in that space.
We don't even do that in our pantry.
I know. Do you guys know in Mexico?
I'm going to talk to Ezekiel.
Do you know in Mexico if there's any 500 watt AC units? Because it just seems like such a waste. Halftime. It just seems like such a waste to put in a 1 ton in this tiny space.
It's not that tiny. And with the humidity that's in there and all the spices that keep going bad because they get humid.
Yeah.
I would not have a basement in Mexico unless it was on a pretty big hill, as they are not great with drainage.
Yeah, it's a good point. Even though in our neighborhood, it's all sand. Everything is sand that you go, which is why they have to do a floating foundation. So if there's earthquakes, it doesn't sink. It's just crazy.
Yeah, Mike, I will say that you are correct, sir.
Yeah, that's probably true. Now, you could probably build a cave. They found caves in history in Turkey, places like that, where 20 to 50,000 people lived for hundreds of years, yet struck from our history. Why? What happened? Why would you need to live underground for that long? Crazy.
Yes.
No, it's real. So if it's real, it worked for somebody, and we need to know why. I want to know why. And how do I get one?
That's when the story of the mole people came out.
Oh, maybe. I don't think so. Oh, well.
Okay. Yeah, well, this conversation is...
Well, anything else we need to be discussing? So, Christie's going to India. You know that. I think we will be going to Ontario. Christie will be coming, I think. She may not be there long, but I may stay a little longer because I've only been to the Sioux 3 times as an adult. Every time, almost Christmas. And I don't mean it was almost Christmas. It's just so damn cold. So people will always tell us, you need to come to Canada in the summertime. And that's a great idea. what 2 weeks is it going to be this year?
If the flights weren't so bloody expensive to fly within Canada, it's ridiculous how much it costs.
It's just money, honey. It really is just money. So it's just the event. So we're doing a
celebration of life
for my stepdad on the 18th of June.
July.
Is it? Yeah, this is June right now. I don't know what month it is. But yeah, so I think we're going to go to the Sioux. It's just, it's pretty there. It really is.
I don't like it.
I know. As a city, it's horrible. It's just old, diabetic, fat people in wheelchairs.
Okay, that's not why I don't like it. It's just not.
Well, no,
to me, it's not an appealing.
But I think Canada has turned into that, which is sad. It really is, because when food is driving our health, the doctors don't tell us, and it's just bugging the tar out of me. And now that I've gone to this more, I want to say old-fashioned, but more proper human diet, it's just amazing how your body just wants to get healthy. It's just freaking amazing. Type 2 diabetes is 100% curable in 3 weeks to 3 months. 100% for every human being. It's just silly, but they want to give us garbage.
He's not a doctor.
Not a doctor, but it's true. Sorry.
It's what's worked for him.
No, this I do know. No,
You're not a doctor.
We've got massive tests. I know, but the truth is that it's an experiment of one. It's an N of one is what they'll say. I don't know why, but that's what they'll say. But you too can be healthy if you want. If you're not, I mean, everybody can be healthier. The problem is the food that's pretending it to be food. It's not food anymore. 80% of
well,
what
you know,
we eat
the
is
glucose
garbage.
goddess lady, I caught a quick excerpt of her, and then you know how sometimes it happens and then you accidentally push a button, you can't find that little blurb again, and I wanted to save it because I wanted to find out where she was talking about this. But she was talking about the food that people are being told that is, or the items that people are being told that it is food is not food anymore. It's just all processed and artificial, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just gonna have to look her up and see, because she's the glucose goddess. She's this cute little French lady. She's young. She's
in her early 30s.
Yeah, I would think. And she just had a kid.
She did.
And she talks about how your body can. She's not a carnivore. She actually does eat carbs and tells you how to. If your body can adapt to carbs. Now, John obviously has a huge problem with carbs.
Too many peanut butter cups growing up.
Maybe. So, but look up the glucose goddess, because she started talking about this. And like I said, I'm going to try to find out this article about her. But sorry, but listen to it a little bit more. Leslie just said, speaking of cold, here in Calgary with our blistering temperature of 9 degrees, her furnace came on. 9 degrees. It's June. This is why I don't think I need to go back to Canada for summer.
Well, I hope July is warmer.
You say we yeah.
It doesn't matter when we've gone. It's just been cold.
I mean, yes, we have had some nice days in the summer when we've been up in Canada, because we used to spend, a couple of months up there or something with my family.
In Alberta.
Ontario.
Yeah.
That last time I went, we didn't have any nice days.
No.
I had nice days in Alberta when I went.
We did have our 3 kids with us, which kind of made it.
Well, those were nice days.
It was very, very lovely.
But, yeah. So, anyhow.
All right. Well, I think we're done here for today.
Yes.
It could be a Mexican caveman. Yeah. And
it's monsoon season in Calgary in June.
I know the floods you can get in Calgary are crazy.
Yeah.
I love where we live now because it pretty much all goes downhill. There is no way for it to flood us.
Yeah, we've not in the 8.
I just remembered a dream I had last night.
Uh-oh.
I know. I was on a boat, like a cruise ship, and it started to sink. And then instantly I was on land, but then I looked at the water and this massive tsunami was coming. And then I woke up.
Wow, aren't you pleasant?
I know. This dreaming thing is crazy. So yeah, we probably should end now because I need to go buy a boat. I don't.
Have a great weekend, you guys. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you hopefully Tuesday.
Maybe not, but we'll give it a shot.
See ya.